is to try and make some progress on what we've been meaning to. Turn up the music a little. So we need to make a huge area for this. I always forget I have this, but yeah. That is the plan for today, is to make a good area for these guys to spawn, because we need to kill a bunch of them. So that's what we're going to try and work on a bit today, is making a large area. And actually, one of the things I'm going to need for it is the lava absorbent sponge, aka the Terra sponge for the ultra absorbent one, because I need to get rid of lava for this. And then, of course, I want to put at least one of those down to help, because we need a lot of stuff. So we're going to be here a while, because we need all the demon types. So I'm going to set up water candles and whatnot, but that's a future thing. Right now, the main goal is to clear out the area so we have enough space for things to spawn, and then fill everything else with lava so they only can spawn in certain areas we want. And actually, that just reminded me, I forgot the one thing I needed. Potions, obsidian skin. And then I can just whomp. Boom, boom, boom. There, because now we don't need to worry about lava at all. Uh-oh. Red devils. That's another one that's going to be a pain. But, speaking of red devils, I might as well mention their weapon, the trident. You know, I don't think I've ever mentioned on stream the actual, like, symbolism of tridents and, like, the lore behind them. But I think it's really cool. For those of you who don't know what a trident means symbolically and stuff, it can be divine power, divine protection, strength, power, balance, but also related to the preservation, destruction, and creation of life and the life cycle as a whole. It's why you see a lot of guardians of the underworld and gods of the sea carry such things, because it's used for that type of effect, which is honestly really cool. Like, it's just one of those things that when you actually know what it's about, it's so much cooler. Because it's like, I thought that would be more common knowledge, but then I realized, wait a minute, I'm weird. Whenever I think something's common knowledge, there's a good chance it's not, and I'm just in my weird moment of being a nerd. But the main plan today is to set this up so we have a great spawn area for a bunch of Hellborn, because that is our main thing. And then once we get that sorted, we'll be able to have all of the stuff we'll need. Due to lava slimes, though, we're gonna need to make little, like, gaps here and there. So lava can get through. But that shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. Okay. But yeah, we're gonna need to literally mine so much up, which is not gonna be fun for us. So what I'm gonna do here is this. I'm going to mine that way, and then I'm gonna go and mine a bunch down here so that we have more space. Because the only thing that can really spawn below us after this point is the serpents. There we go. Because that should help a bunch. Oh, there's some unholy tridents coming my way. And I'm probably going to make this my middle area, I think. Um, because our biggest thing we're gonna need to worry about being the demons and stuff, we're gonna need to think, okay, how are we gonna get, because we need voodoo demons and normal demons as well. Those can take God knows how long to spawn, especially in hard mode. I should have done it in pre-hard mode, but that's on me. In all reality, that's completely on me. But it shouldn't be the worst thing. And what I can do is I could build it like here and then set up something like this. So like they have to get to a certain point, but also then I got space and whatnot. And I'm probably gonna end up lowering this actually. I know I need to go up, but actually before it summons something, just gonna do that. Because I want to cut off the ability for things to spawn above, preferably. So, I mean, I could probably, like, thinking about it, I could probably take these, switch here, and just go womp womp. Because we have the builder thing, and then I can just... Yeah, that's better. I always forget I can switch to this. Honestly, thank God they added multiple loadouts, but I wish there were more than 3 now, because it's like, holy shit, I didn't realize how much I use some of this stuff. So I've had to do some mixing and matching for some of them. And as long as I can, like, clear out a huge area here, we should be fine. Because to make sure we take care of everything in hell, we need to also take care of the stuff above. Because if we're down here, things can spawn up there. So, my plan is to just clear out a bunch. You know, by the end of this, we're going to have so much of our world that's going to be cleared out due to one reason or another. But even then, because the plan that I have to actually make, like, biome boxes and stuff for fun, it very well could end up like that. But yeah, as you can see, we're starting to get non-demons and hell spawn. So I'm trying to get rid of this, then we don't need to worry. Oh, enchanted sword. We actually do need some of those too. The plan is we're gonna have to use the one farm with corruption and stuff for things, but my big plan with it is to use it to farm up the rest of those corrupt mimics we need. And then we can switch it to like Crimson or Hollow, whatever we need the most of. It's just gonna be annoying. But I got ideas. And there we go. I hear a mimic, but I don't think that's a hollowed or whatnot, just a normal one. Lava skin. Well, obsidian skin, but whatever. Ooh, and Holy Trident. This should be more than enough, but better safe than sorry in this case. Because this should, like, clear up a lot. Okay. Because if we're here, I probably only want to go down to about... Is that good? Maybe a little higher. So I would say about... What about here? Nope, still a little too short. That's just barely, so... Probably, if I'm to choose one spot, I would say, like, right here. Because that should be, like, edge? Yup. It is the perfect edge. So, like, then we can go like this. Oh, hi, Serpent. But yeah, this should be the perfect, one to use. Then I can go up. The hard part's going to be clearing it of, stuff that I can actually mine it out completely. But that shouldn't be too bad. Doing this so I can clear out a bunch extra. There we go. Because I can use the lava absorbent sponge as I need, since that does exist. And I did manage to get one. So that at least helps me a bit. There we go. Look at all this being cleared out and everything. It's definitely going to be a tidal wave of lava for a bit. Like, that's kind of an inevitable thing of this. But, sometimes that's just how it be. Then I can do this. Cool. The tidal waves of lava will slowly subside, but... Whew, boy. You know, if I had dry bombs, that would probably make this easier, but I don't want to get a bunch of crates for them, because I don't think we have any left anyway. So it's kind of like, well... Okay. Careful of that guy. I mean, at least we're clearing out a good chunk. Nope, cross necklace. You know, there was actually a time in my history of playing Terraria that I dropped a rod of discord into lava, and it was before I realized that certain rarities couldn't be burnt, and I thought I had lost it forever, and I never went back to get it, meaning I basically just completely lost my chance at a rod of discord for the longest time. Like, even now, it still hurts to think about because I'm like, oh my god, I was such an idiot. Because that's what it feels like. This is left over from my hellstone mining session. I know that for a fact. I mean, at least I'm getting more hellstone. God. I can do this. I'm just trying to make as much space as I can for this at this point. Because every bit matters. And then I can just... And then bonk. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. There we go. Then I can do that. Yeah, being able to do this is helping me a lot. Just slowly clear out a bunch of lava. We're gonna be here a while. I can already feel it. Then I can go and just slurp, 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 slurp. Perfect. Nice. Didn't even realize that was out. Oh, and we died. I mean, nonetheless, we still got a good chunk cleared. I'm actually surprised we even had 40 gold to begin with. There we go. Did it again. Okay, that's not good. Let's do that. Just gotta dodge out of the way of those. Boom. Whew. Can do that. Dodge. The hard part's clearing out all this damn lava. I think what I'm gonna have to do is go down in this and just make a huge lava area that I can use. Because that's probably my only chance here to clear this up. And, like, have a good place to just have a bunch extra. Also, that is totally a mimic. Like, they're not even good at hiding anymore for me. Like, sometimes they do. Like, for the gold ones. But the shadow ones just... No, not really. Even then, you can usually tell on the map. Oh, that is nicer. Then I can do this. Yeah, this one is gonna be a thicken for this, like, sheer amount in this one. Because I am gonna have to do this. We're gonna need to do a lot of that. Or, I just do this. Clear out more space for both sides, because they connect. But as you can see, one side empties first. Which is not exactly fun. But this is honestly our best way to do this. By clearing out, like, a bunch of stuff, we make a lot more space that we can use in the future. Because they only spawn in so many places. but having future places for them to spawn will help. Because some do spawn in the air, but they'll despawn, is the plan. That's how I've kind of done it. Plus, by removing some of these, that should help. Because one of the biggest problems is that. So, then I can do this. Perfect. And whump. There we go. And I can go here. Teleport back home first. Do that. Take these off. Put these back. Actually, take this. Go to this one. Do that. Bosses. Why didn't it open? There we go. Seeds. And furniture. Then, I need to go in here. Put this away. Potions. Put this away. I need more battle potions. Where are my rotting chunks? And vertebrae. Well, there's vertebrae. It's close enough. There they are. Oh, the rotting chunks are in there. And then I think I'm out of death weed. Because I'm gonna need these. Because if I use some of these though, keep one in there. Because these can be used to increase spawn rates. I'm thinking smarter, not harder in this case. Let's see. We got extra lava slime, hell bat, and lava bat banners. And then look at him go ding a ding a ding a ding a ding a ding a ding. Then we can do that. Underworld. We can do this. Bonk. Little bit of that. Make sure they're there. Drink. And then get these down. And then I can put this away. There we go. So, in the background, that should be going. And we can read our book. A few months after, Villers met with Herbert. Mr. Clark was sitting as usual in his after-dinner hearth, the direction of the bureau. For more than a week, had succeeded in keeping away the memoirs he had cherished hopes of completing self-reformation. But in spite of his endeavors, he could not hush the wonder and the strange curiosity that the last case he had written down excited with him. He had put the case, or rather the outline of it, conjecturally to a scientific friend. Oh, I was not in a safe spot there. Who shook his head and thought Clark getting queer on this particular event. Clark was making an effort to rationalize the story when a sudden knock at the door roused him from his meditations. Mr. Villers, to see you, sir. Dear me, Villers, it's very kind of you to look me up. I have not seen you in many months. I should think nearly a year. Come in, and how are you, Villers? Want any advice about investments? No thanks. I fancy everything I have and way is pretty safe. No, Clark, I really have to come to consult you a rather curious matter that has been brought under my notice of late. I'm afraid you will think I'll rather absurd when I tell you the tale. Shit. You know, I should have thought of that, but to the underworld we go. Um and then I can just boom. I'm thinking what did that? You know, I'm probably gonna need something to break the because I just thought about it. The Imp's fireballs. That's probably what did it. And if so, then that explains a lot. There we go. That should hopefully let some of them attack. But we just kind of have to guess. Also, hey FNAF, hope you're doing well today. We were mid-reading when I died, so... Oh boy. It had to have been an imp that hit me. Oh, that's annoying. It means I need to keep more intention on this. Or I could actually get something to make me immune to fire, but I don't think that's a good idea in this case. I could only take off the summoner emblem, really, but that would reduce my damage. Then I can do this. Actually, this isn't really doing anything just yet. So let's just summon these back. Why are we getting... Yep, it is the fireballs. Okay, so that's the issue. But I hope everyone's doing well. You only just realized I have horns? Huh. Yeah, usually people notice that pretty early on, but apparently not today. Shit! Damn vampires! It's always the vampires. Because there's not really anything I can put around myself to save me some time and effort here. But oh, that is annoying. I can only really do that, and then just kind of hope. I mean, actually, I could do this. Because if I do this, it's gonna really be annoying. Use that. Honestly, I wish that would help me here. Actually, I just had an idea. Well, first, I'm gonna grab one of these to put in there, but it would be... Okay, so that stops. So I'm gonna just grab this, and we're going back to hell. I think you can guess what I'm doing with this. Then I can do this, keep them off me, and keep this circling as long as I hold it down. Because look, it actually does that. We got the Red Devil banner. That's one of them. So now I can have one in each spot and do this and still read. I know, my genius is insane. Jokes aside, though. Okay, so it was. Okay, we were right there. Well, I'll tell you my tale. I think so myself. That's just why I made up my mind to come to you, as I know you're a practical man. Mr. Villers was ignorant of the memoirs to prove the existence of the devil. Well, Villers, I shall be happy to give you my advice, the best of my ability. What's the nature of this case? It's an extraordinary thing altogether. You know my ways. I always kept my eye. Where'd my mouse go? Oh, there it is. Is that... That is Zelda. I was like, that looks like a Zelda. And I was like, I think that's the Ocarina of Time Zelda specifically. During the child part of the timeline. God, that was a really confusing one. Like, I remember that very well, being, like, really weird. It's an extraordinary thing altogether. You know my ways. I always kept my eyes open to the streets, and all the time I had chanced upon some queer customers and queer cases too, but this, I think it beats all. Shit, I lost my spot as I looked over to check. I was coming out of a restaurant one nasty winter night 3 months ago, and I had a capital dinner and a good bottle of Chianti, and I stood for a moment on the pavement thinking what mystery there is about London streets and the companies that pass along them. A bottle of red wine encourages these fancies. Clark, and I dare say I should have thought the page a small type, but I was cut short by a beggar who had come behind me and was making the unusual appeals. Of course, I looked around, and the beggar turned out to be what was left of my old friend of mine, a man named Herbert. I asked him how he had come to such a wretched pass, and he told me we walked down the street, one of those long, dark, Soho streets, and there I listened to his story. He said he married a beautiful girl some years younger than himself, and as he put it, she had corrupted him, body and soul. He wouldn't go into details, and he said he dared not. And then what he had seen, heard, haunted him by day and night. When I looked in his face, I knew he was speaking truth. There was something about that man that made me shiver. I don't know why, but it was there. I gave him a little money and sent him away. I assure you that when he was gone, I did gasp for breath. His presence seemed to chill one's blood. Isn't this all just a little fanciful, Villers? I suppose the poor fellow may have imprudent marriage, in plain English, gone to bad. Well, listen to this. Villers told Clark the story he had heard from Austin. And then I can scroll down. I'm like double checking when I do that. Yeah, look at that. Ay. Those fireballs are going to get annoying. You see, he concluded, there can be little doubt that Mr. Blank, whoever he is, died of sheer terror. He saw something so awful, so terrible, it cut short his life. And what he saw, he most certainly saw in that house, which somehow or other, he got a bad name in the neighborhood. I had the curiosity to go and look at the street for myself. It was a saddening kind of street. The houses are old enough to be mean and dreary, but not old enough to be quaint. As far as I could see, most of them let in lodgings, furnished and unfurnished. Almost every door had 3 bells to it. Here and there on the ground floors had been made into shops and of the commonest kind, and its dismissal in the it's a dismal street in every way. I found number 20 was to let, and well, I went to the agent and got the key, of course. I should have heard nothing of the Herberts in that quarter, but I asked the man fair and square how long they had left the house, and whether there had been other tenants in the meanwhile. He looked at me queerly for a moment, then told me the Herberts had left immediately after the unpleasantness, and called it since the house had been empty. Mr. Villers paused for a moment. I have rather fond of going over to empty houses. Okay, so it was him speaking, not the other guy. God. I've always been rather fond of going over empty houses, and there's sort of fascination about the desolate, empty rooms, with the nails sticking in the walls and the dust thick upon the windowsills. But I didn't enjoy going to number 20, Paul Street. I had hardly put my foot inside the passage when I noticed a queer, heavy feeling about the air in the house. Of course, all empty houses are stuffy and so forth, but this was something quite different. I can't describe it to you, but it seemed to stop my breath. I went into the front room and the back room, and the kitchens downstairs, and they were all dirty and dusty enough, as you would expect, but there was something strange about them all. I couldn't define it to you. I only felt queer. It was one of the rooms on the first floor, though it was the worst. It was the largest room with one on a time paper, must have been cheerful enough, but when I saw it, paint, paper, and everything were the most doleful, but the room was full of horror. I felt my teeth grinding as I put my hand on the door, and when I went through, I thought I should have fallen fainting to the floor. However, I pulled myself together and stood against the end wall, wondering on what on earth there could be about this room to make my limbs tremble, and my heart beat as if I were at the hour of death. In one corner, there was a pile of newspapers littering on the floor, and I began looking at them. There were papers 3-4 years ago. Some of them half torn, some crumpled, as if they had been used for packing. Though I turned the whole pile over, and amongst them I found a curious drawing. I'll show it to you precisely, but I couldn't stay in the room. I felt it was overpowering me. I was thankful to come out, safe and sound, into the open air. People stared at me as I walked along the street, and one man said I was drunk. I staggered about from one side of the pavement to the other, and it was much as I could do to take the key back to the agent to get home. I was in bed for a week, suffering from what my doctor called nervous shock and exhaustion. One of those days, I was reading the evening paper and happened to notice a paragraph headed "Starved to Death." It was the unusual style of the thing. A model lodging house in Marylebone, a door locked for several days, and a dead man in his chair when they broke in. The deceased, said the paragraph, was known as Charles Herbert, and is believed to have been one prosperous country gentleman. His name was familiar to the public 3 years ago, also in connection with the mysterious death in Paul Street. Totem Fort Road, the deceased being the tenant of the house of number 20, in the area of which a gentleman of good position was found dead under circumstances not devoid of suspicion. A tragic ending, wasn't it? But after all, if what he told me were true, which I'm sure it was, the man's life was all a tragedy, and a tragedy of a stranger sort, than they had even put on the boards. And that story is, said Charles musingly. Yes. That was the story. Well, really, Villers, I scarcely know what to say about. Though, no doubt, circumstances in the case seem peculiar. The finding of the dead man in the area of Herbert's home, for instance, an extraordinary, opinion of the physician and the cause of death, but after all, it's conceivable the facts may be explaining in straightforward manner. As to your own sensations, though, when you went in the house, I would suggest they were due to vivid imagination. You might just have been brooding in a semi-conscious way over what you had heard, but I don't exactly see what more can be said or done in the matter. You evidently think there's a mystery of some kind, but Herbert's dead. Where then do you propose to look? I propose to look for the woman who he married. She is the mystery. The two men sat silent by the fireside, Clark secretly congratulating himself on having a successful kept up the character and advocate of commonplace, and Villers wrapped in his gloomy fancies. I think I will have a cigarette, he said at last, and put his hand into his pocket to feel for a cigarette case. Ah, he said, starting silently, I forgot I had something to show you. You remember saying that I had found a rather curious sketch among the pile of old newspapers in the house of Paul Street. Here it is. I gotta scroll down real quick. Willers drew out a small, thin parcel from his pocket. It was covered with brown paper and secured with string, and the knots were troublesome in spite of himself, though. Um, what time is it in game? Boom, boom, boom. I don't even know. Okay, so this is not helping me here. So, I'm just gonna do this. We got a demon banner. So that's a plus. Let's just double check. So here we go. So these count as demons. Okay. We still need to kill a bunch more of them and more of these, but we are doing better. So there is that. Uh-oh. It still died. Jesus Christ. Wall of flesh over here, like, oh boy. I mean, I could talk about stuff instead of just reading, but it's like, I do like reading. Okay. Uh-huh. Oh, shit. Ba-da-da-da-dum. And then I can just boom, boom. We do got a lot of stuff, though, so there is that. Though I don't see how useful this will be. Though I do actually have an idea thinking about it. I need to go to spawn quickly. Well, we did get a hot dog. Do I already have one of those? I think I do. No, I don't. Yeah, I am definitely gonna need to make another one of these. Like, that's another thing I need to do is just, like, go through this and clear out a bunch of shit. Boom, 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 boom. God, I don't need, like, so many of these. Guide is back. He fell from the sky. As you do. Okay. Healing, teleport, food and imbues. There it is. I was like, where'd it go? Found it. Then I can sell this. Because we got a lot of stuff for this, so that's a plus. It is heavy rain, so what we can do is go to the hollow at least and get some rainbow slimes. So that's a plus. Also, why do I still have this? Where's Chester? I can put this away and this away. I can also quickly just put this back here. And then I can just whomp, whomp. But yeah, I will say, we are getting really far in this challenge. Like, just in general. Um, I will say with the BTD6 stuff yesterday, I did try another run off stream like last night. And I so far like I wasn't able to finish it, but I actually got really far. I got to section 3. I beat a dread balloon and a balloon Arius, and then I have to deal with phase. But I was looking at it and it's like, oh shit, we have a lot left. But of course, there's only so much I can really do about that. Um, but even then, because I got an interesting setup, I found out there was a max limit of permanent party members you could have of 10. I was able to get a upgraded version of the bomb thing, as well as a balloon Arius thing. Um, I saved a the dread balloon one though because it deals more damage to Moabs and ceramics and fortified, I believe it was. And all monkeys count for all types of tower. So that's awesome. Because it's like, oh shit, so a military thing, get everything 20% or something, affects all of them, which was awesome. So that's something I'm going to save for another time. But I got an interesting setup. I managed to get a golden version of the one bomb thing, and it removes the bottom path and makes it A020. So I can actually make even stronger ones. I also got one that makes it so Impact from Glue Gunner does 2 damage to Moab class, but depending on the amount of balloons, can get up to 10 times more in terms of damage. So mix that with like Balloon Solver, and that becomes scary. I can't get the middle path with it, sadly, but honestly, even a 101 or a 201 is good for that. I ended up getting rid of the boomerang as well as the secondary dart monkey. That was a 110, just because I wasn't using it for the most part. And replaced the original bomb with the new bomb. But I got some really cool stuff, like, I got primary monkeys gaining attack speed, and dealing more damage to, glued balloons. I got one that made it so militaries could freeze stuff that they hit, and that did a lot. The Dartling Gunners have a thing with the darts where when they use up their Pierce and stuff, they explode for all darts. So I have a 220 that I can just place down, and it, because of the bouncing, it ricochets off back and forth, making explosions, which is awesome. And it's really good for dealing with things. Like, it can shred. My snipers are really slow, though, comparatively. They are a lot slower, but they have a chance to crit. And since they're a 220, I can just go top path or middle path, whether I choose to or not, which is really good. Which is honestly kind of fun. Like, I've really enjoyed it. It's been one of those things that's like, oh, damn. Also, I could have totally just battle potioned. I would use the solar tablet, but we're on the surface. This is better for when you're in a place that they can't spawn normally. We just need it to be raining to get any form of rainbow slime. But even then, like, that's really good for us. We still need more devourers, but for these, we can actually farm them more effectively. Wyvern, we just need to kill one more of, which actually might not be a bad idea. We still need to kill a bunch of corrupt mimics. Rainbow slime, we are really close. We need 6 more. We also need to keep an eye out for sandstorms, so we can do a flesh reaver, because we already got the crystal thresher, but also so we can get the corruption variant, because that's one of the ones we're missing. So that will be something we need to think about. Nonetheless, though, like I made a lot of progress on that one. I was able to upgrade a dart monkey all the way to a crossbow master that I can place down. It's a it's a 005, but it costs 13k, so I only use it in like necessary situations. I got a 101 farm that I definitely want to upgrade eventually. I just haven't had the chance. I still have 3 hearts, but it's because I had to do a heal. Um, I did a heal only because I was like, I don't trust myself with 2. So I did a heal on one of them and boom. Um, and I've been like very careful with some of the stuff because I'm like keeping an eye out, just like, this could be dangerous. And yeah, it has been with some of that stuff. Um, but I've been finding ways around it. That's the least I can try and do. Damn. The funny part is, like, the sheer amount of stuff I have from this, I can get more of. And I don't need. I just need the banners. Like, that's the reason I'm doing this. But of course, we need rainbow slimes, which are not exactly common. Though we did kill another one. I mean, we are making good progress. We only need 3 more. So there is that. We started with needing 6 more, so now we only need half of that. Big 100% up for us. And, like, the rainbow bricks are at best, in my opinion. I prefer the helium moss stuff, the rainbow moss. I believe it's helium moss specifically, because that usually does a lot better. But, like, I would totally love to go into this world and just build a bunch more. I know we need to do this still and, like, farm out the final things for the dungeon. Thankfully the ocean is marked off. I want to get one of the evil biomes slash infection biomes cut off, because then we don't need to deal with it anymore. The jungle's gonna be a pain in the ass as well. So it's like, as well, like, we already got the marble knocked out. I don't know about granite though. And we got like a chunk of some of these. Like, we still need to do the old one's army to get some stuff. But we don't need to do the solar eclipse anymore for anything other than just spawn chance going up. But we also need to kill 50 pumpkins and 50 headless horsemen and a bunch of zombie elves. Like, we just need to kill a bunch of random stuff for the most part. And that's the hard part. Like, we got everything we need from the pillars, so we don't need to worry about those. We got most bosses, except for Moonlord, for obvious reasons. But then we have 2 corruption enemies. So it's like, well, shit, we need to focus on that as well. Oh, we're 1 rainbow slime away. Once we get the rainbow slime banner, I believe that's the hollow almost completed, except for the enchanted sword and hollowed mimic, which is awesome. Yeah, then we won't need the hollow anymore. And I'll be able to, like, take this. Which is good, honestly. Being able to mark that off, like, woo! It's like, thank God. That's a lot of unicorns. Ruining childhood dreams since God knows when. But yeah, like, when it comes to reading, like, the Great God Pan and stuff, like, I don't mind reading it. I know not a lot of people enjoy it, just because it's really weird to some people, and I get that. But when I don't know what to like talk about, it's really good to read when I don't have a lot to talk about. That's how I look at it. But we got what we wanted. So I can do this real quick and just like, I really don't need the movement accessories unless I'm using them. It's why I have things to switch them out if needed, but there we go. Now what I can do is go into here, sell, 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 sell. And then now we got a bunch of banners. So let's look. Here's the hollow crystal thresher. It is right here. It's right before the crystal thresher, right? Oh wait, no. That's the hollowed mimic and enchanted sword. Which actually means there should be two here. So mine is right before the pixie. So right before the pixie. And then the demon ones. So it goes imp, hellbat, demon, lava bat, red devil. So imp. Oh shit, those are switched. Oops. Imp bat. Demon. And then lava bat, red devil, wyvern. So yeah, we still need a wyvern banner, so let's go for that next, I think. Oh my god. It's so weird seeing a completed chest like that. I'm making sure everything is cleared up so I can know better. Like, I still need to go through these and, like, sort them again. Because that's one of the things that I've been needing to do. And it's like, honestly, I'll get to it when I get to it. But yeah, look at this. We are clearing. Meaning, yeah, we can put these in here. Damn. I really never thought that would be a thing for us. Actually, what am I doing? I go here, and then I can fly up and grab that water candle. Because, yeah, we're going to need it badly. And then we need to go back and farm in hell more. Apparently Martian probe. Okay, now we just need a wyvern. And then we're golden. Bum 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 ba bum boom boom. What? Do we need 50 wyverns? We might. Like, unironically. There we go. And... oh my god. Of course. The Martians have to invade now. Bad time. There, now they'll start burning alive. While I can figure out what the hell to do. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna keep going up. There, now I got some free space. Martians, Martians, Martians. It's like, I think I got everything from them. Yeah, I do have everything from the Martians except the Scuttlix Gunner. Well, looks like I know what I'm going for. Apparently that was only 2 counted, not 3. That's weird. There we go. Well, I got the Scuttlix Gunner banner. Bum 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 bum. Well, now that's a whole 100% done. I mean, that's good because it's like, cool, now I don't need to worry about that. Well, Martians are officially done. So with that, now we just need to worry about clearing them out, not having to deal with them again, getting a wyvern, several of them actually, and it's not one we can really like AFK. And I think it's kind of similar to the demons in that regard, where we can't really AFK as much. Ugh. My guess is we have to kill it while it's still on the Scuttlix for it to count, and that's kind of what we had to do. Doom, 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 doom. Bounce. Bounce. Bonk. And bonk. Heal. Okay. It's obviously one of those damn Tesla turrets, but... The Tesla turrets are definitely my least favorite. There we go. God, that was a hell of a sound. Whenever a bunch die, it makes that weird sound. I wonder why. It's like such a random sound for it to make, and it like makes my skin crawl. And I don't want to know why it makes my skin crawl so much. I'm just hoping that it's just because I don't like the sound and not because of some other reason. Oh shit, we got the influx waiver. That's one less thing we need to farm out for the frickin' Zenith. Oh my god, my brain was trying to remember what it was called. Cool. Huh, apparently we also got some blasters. Um, Influx waiver. I know I don't need that, that. Or these. Boom. Nice and clear. Now, how much do we want to deal with hell? Now, that's the real question we need to ask ourselves. Oh. Let's just take care of that guy real quick. He seems pretty stuck. I say what we do with this one now is instead of what we normally do. Yeah. Let's try this. And I need to keep a little bit more of an eye for my sake. So, with our big plans and everything, there we go. That should up the spawn rates. The big plan here is once we get all of the demons and stuff to actually, like, do something about it. Because once we get it, then we don't need to worry about hell anymore. And that's another biome we can cross off the board. With the last things we do need, though, it might be worth it to write down, like, okay, which ones do we need specifically and how many? Though we'd have to change the how many depending on how many kills we get, etc. So what I might do is just write down, okay, we need this, and this specific. Because that is what we're going to have to do either way. And we need to be careful about Wall of Flesh due to the fact of voodoo demons and lava slimes dropping lava. Though now it would take the lava slime to drop it on it, or for enough lava slimes to die in an area. So it shouldn't be as common, which is the hope. Of course, I may be entirely wrong, and we could be absolutely fucked. See if that helps a bit. But that's only so much I can really guess. Like, I do worry about some of the enemy types being an issue. Because of obvious reasons. Sorry. Gonna hydrate real quick. But a lot of the stuff is, yeah, like Bone Serpent's another one we need to finish off too. That we just haven't gotten. So we'll need to worry about that as well. Oh boy. You'd think we'd have better, like, chances with some of this, but apparently not. Like, jeez. I wish there was more ways to increase the enemy spawn and stuff. I think that would be really good for us here. Because I think that would add a lot for us. Because these take up part of the spawn cap, is these things. So what I could do here is I could set up dart traps that go like every so on seconds and just... You get me? Because it's looking like that might be necessary. As much as I hate to say otherwise. Like, I could totally have it, like, go down and just... But I don't know how many dart traps I have. Let's see. Bad ideas. That was a bad idea. Oh my goodness. But yeah, like, we're definitely going to need to think about it. And we're going to be getting a banner either way by the time we finish the demons off. And we are getting some Souls of Light. I might need to clear up that area a bit more, but I don't know. And I could try to double layer this as well, but not much I can do on that front. If only there was a good way to completely, like, make it so that critters don't spawn more often. Because in Hell, they work differently. And it's not like I'm near a village or anything. So it's not like I'm getting that buff. That's just how they work in a nutshell. I really didn't think Red Devils would be as common as they are. But here we are. Yeah, this is pretty nice. In terms of, like, just overall abilities for me here. But yeah, look right there. That's another example of this. It's like, what the heck? And it's not like I can kill them without coming down here. It's like, I don't want them specifically. And if there is a way, I need to find it. There we go. So, if we want critters to spawn less in Hell, I'm curious. So, if we were to reduce critter spawns in Hell or Terraria, but we'd have to use a peace candle. But that also affects the enemies. But, of course, being less close to furniture and, like, not furniture, NPCs helps me. And I did not dodge that in time. And with the spawn rates and stuff, we can't really crank them up with journey mode or anything because I chose to do this on master specifically. Because that is the type of challenge I wanted for myself. Little did I know how much pain this would put me in later on down the line. But even then, to get the things in general, like, I could easily go across back and forth and just fly, fly, fly. Like, I could easily do that. But the critters taking up the spawn cap only hurts me here. Which sucks. Now I could, theoretically, go out of my way to just make it 10 times harder. But I'm not. And another thing I could do is, like, add some layers to this and make it a layered farm that we walk across. Like, that could help us. And it's like, I'm going to go in here for this so I can check. If we go to the demons again, we are at 40 out of 50, and then the voodoo demons 17 out of 50. I'm guessing they're 50 as well. So it just means we're going to be here even longer. Which, as you can imagine, is not fun. Though we have killed some voodoo demons. There's another demon. Honestly, walking back and forth is doing a lot for us. Unironically. Which is weird. You know, sometimes the weirdest answers and solutions are the good ones. It's just how it be. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we are going up in terms of number. We just aren't there. I'm gonna put the Dawa Pow in here as like a farming thing, I guess. Or not. Oh, Fire Feather. Don't see that too often. 3, 2, 1. Time to deal with hell on a stick. Anyways. Oh shit, there's 2 of these in here. Anyways. Bonk. Do that. Because using the Blood Moon and Solar Eclipse to my advantage here is actually going to help in the long run. Because the extra spawn rate increase and spawn cap is going to make a difference. But how much of a difference, we'll figure that out eventually. Yay, we've beat all the bone serpents. We got all the hell banners. Now we just need to finish the actual creatures. You know, it might not be a bad idea to go in here and just do that for a moment. And I can grab a piece of paper. And we'll go all the way to the beginning. And I'm going to start writing this stuff down. I do this with Pokemon. I do this with other games like Graveyard Keeper. We did the same thing with the Alchemy. So, why not do it with this? It's not like I don't have 3 frickin' things of loose leaf paper that I've given one to friends because I had too much. Okay. So let's go to the enemies we're gonna need here. Green slime, so we need Pinky. Angry Dandelion. Lion. We already got Windy Balloon. I will say the Red Devil banner is kind of cool. The imps are going to be a nuisance as well. Ow. Okay. The demon eyes are fine. Zombies are fine. Okay. We got exactly enough for these. Then we need the bride. Blood squid. Blood eel. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. The go hemogoblin shark and the dread nautilus. Hopping jack is good. Maggot zombie is good, thankfully. Raven's good. Ghost good. Red's good. Yellow, okay. We need digger. That's good. That's good. That's good. 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 They're good. They're good. Skeleton. So skeleton 190. So that's how I'm gonna dictate the differences. That's good. And then we also need 40. We need 193. So 190 and 193. I'm gonna write those down next to it. So skeleton 193 and 190. Undead miner is good. Crawdad's good. Archer's good. Nymph is good. That's good. We need rock golem. Then we got Tim. We need rune wizard. Those are good. Green jellyfish. We got mimic, giant shelly, lost girls find granite golem. We need granite elemental. Elemental. Hoplite's good. Medusa's good. Spore Skelly's good. Spore Bat's good. The spiders are good. Ice Slime's good. That's good. Ice Golem's good. Spiked is good. Wolf is good. Cyan Beetle. Then Undead Viking is good. Then we need Snow Blinks. Armored Viking is good. We need Icy Merman. Ice Bat's good. Ice Elemental's good. We need Ice Mimic. And then Ice Tortoise. Vulture. Because if you don't know, it has a banner. Sand Slime. Giant Ant Lion Charger. Mummy's good, Ghoul's good, Basilisk good, Tomb Crawler good, Ant Lion good, Sand Poacher good, as well as Giant Ant Lion Swarmer. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Sand Elemental. Sand Shark is good. Crab good. That's good. All of the stuff from that's good. Those are good. I need Lilac Beetle. Well, the Lac Beetle. Um, bee is fine. So I need hornet. 263. 264. 266. And 267. As well as 268. Moss hornet is good. I need a moth. So I need moths. Sorry, I hit that. I accidentally hit that with the pen. Soul. Man-eater, angry trapper, jungle bat, piranha, that's done, that's done, that's done. Dungeon slime. Angry bones is good. Blue armored bones. Skeleton sniper. Tactical skeleton. Skeleton commando's good. Hell armored bones. 289. Rusty armored bones. 290. 291. 292. 294. 295. Jesus Christ. 297. 298. That's good. Bone Lee's good. Paladin's good. Dark Caster's good. Diabolus 303 and 304 because I know it's not going to be enough with this one, yeah. Necromancer and Ragged Caster, so let's start with Necromancer. Necromancer 305, 307, Ragged Caster 306, and 308. Curse Skull, Giant Cursed Skull. Dungeon Spirit's good. Demon. Voodoo. Demon. That's good. That's good. Wyvern is next. Wyvern. Those are good. Then I need Devourer. Like, we have so much. World Feeder. And I can take a picture of this to put on stream too late next time. Clinger. That one's good. Cursed Hammer. My handwriting is awful, by the way. So then we need corrupt, mimic. And then between here and there, I can pull up the exact things. So 6 and 7 are desert enemies. I know that for a fact. That is the wrong thing. There it is. I'm just gonna do this for a moment. Okay. All sorts of stuff on the ground. Okay. There's a voodoo demon right there. Got an itch, sorry. Okay. Where were we? Ah, yes, right here. 3, 3, 6, and 7. So I need Bone Biter. And then Dark Mummy. Vile Ghoul is done. Crimslime is done. That's done. I need the Blood Feeder. Blood Jelly is good. Bloody Gross is good. The Crimson Axe. Blood. Oh, we need Blood Crawler too. Blood Crawler. Purpling's good. We need the Crimson Mimic. We have a big list here. Tigrin's good. Then we need Flesh Reaver. Reaver. We got Blood Mummy and Tainted Ghoul. Lamina, Desert Spirit. The Hollow I know is almost all done except for Enchanted Sword. Enchanted Sword. And then we have Hollowed Mimic. Load. Mimic. Hello again, FNAF. Spore Zombie is done there and there. That's done, that's done. That's done, that's done, that's done. The Goblin Army is completely done. The Old One's Army, we need the Betsy trophy, but I'm going to put that separate. That one's done. Oh, wait, Betsy is right here, though. But I'm gonna put trophies separated. That's good. That's good. We got all the Martians recently. All of this is done, I know that. Making doubly sure. Poltergeist is good, so then we need the Headless Horseman. Because this is only for entries that we need. Then we need the Pumpkin. Then we need, Zombie Elf for 448, 449, 450, 450. Gingerbread Man's good. That's good. That's good. We need Krampus is actually good. I might need the banner for Krampus still. I can check. real quick. Yes, Krampus banner does exist. 25. So So I do need Krampus, but banners are not what this is about. This is also about the entries. Yeti, Present Mimic. Because if the entry isn't done, then it's not done for the banner either. Everscream, Ice Queen, Senta, NK1, NK1. Flacco is done. Slime, 462. Demon Eye. And then this is 463. And fuck, I almost put that next to Rusty Armored Bones. Oops. 464. We have so many things here. Then we have Zombie. 465. 466. And then 467. Then we have the skeletons from this, so skeleton 468. Do I actually have skeleton on there earlier? I do, but I'm gonna separate this because this is the Halloween one and Christmas ones. And then 469, 470, and then we need 471, 2, 3, and 4 for the slime. 471, 472, 473, 474. And then we have 2 new zombies, which are done. The snowman stuff is done, and I know these are done. Okay, that's good. So we actually have a list of what we need for the most part. Lunatic Cultist is done. We need Lunatic Devotee is done. So are these, but they have special things that they can spawn with. Those are done. Probes are done. Hungry are done. Leech are done. Okay. So now I have all the things we need to finish the Bestiary entries for. Actually, technically Vulture would count as one of the ones that only needed a banner, but I kind of put it on there, not even thinking originally, but... So, and then of course Moonlord, but Moonlord is last. Moonlord last. Entries. And then banners after, I will do another list for. But this gives me a good list to go off of as we continue this. It is day, but it's almost night in game, so let's just do this. Take out some things that are keeping up the spawn cap. We got a lot done, though, which is perfect. Okay. Okay, now we can also go back to where we need to be. 4 more normal demons. And then we got the demon one crossed off. And then, well, 29 for the voodoo ones. Red Devil is done, thankfully, which is nice. Mimic down, more Hellbats down. Satisfying. And yeah, we do need to worry about Blood Moon enemies as well. Like, we have so many things, honestly, that it's just kind of crazy now, thinking about it. There we go. And I can move up and down and up and down and left and right and up and down. Take out the bat. Ooh, a hot dog. At least my swords just absolutely shred through these guys, which does help. Because the Terra Prisma is just so good at shredding. It's actually quite nice. There's... Oh, never mind. Red Devil's down. There's another demon. We're at 50 demons? Ah, we're only at 47. It's because it puts voodoo demons in on the tally counter. That's annoying. So we can't trust the tally counter. Not for all enemies. Which sucks. A lot. There goes another Red Devil. We probably should have done the demon stuff during pre-hard mode, just in general. But can't do anything about it now. There goes 48. Two off. And then I can mark that off our list. Because, like, I can go over, like, my list in general, like, that I use for Pokemon, for example, because I've been trying to get all the stuff. Like, I could tell you that I know for a fact I'm missing Porygon 2 in Sword and Shield, as well as, for example, one I vaguely remember was that, but also the Dino line. So I need the entire Hydreigon line, basically. Dino's Wireless, Hydreigon, as well as, I think it was Sliggoo, which is very, like, random. Type Null was one I know that's going to be a pain in the ass. So I might need to, like, reset my sword file if I can't get it, to just get it in general. Demon is done. And then I can grab this and Demon can be crossed off. Don't you love when you get to cross off something on a list? Someone say type null. Hey, 22, hope you're doing well. And yes, it's one of the things I need from Sword and Shield to put into Pokemon Home, because I apparently never got it from Sword and Shield put into Home. Only Savali. Because, like, actually, I can pull it out right now and tell you exactly what I need from that specifically. So from Sword and Shield, I need Scraggy, Clefairy, Solosis, Excavalier, Lampent, Type Null, Sliggoo, Dinos, Wireless, Blastoise, Pinsir, Marill, Poliwhirl, Psyduck, Porygon 2, Bagon, Salamence, Ammonite, Amistar, Archon, Little Leap, and Dragonair. Because I have officially, as of yesterday, I have officially finished all of the Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl stuff, as well as got a little bit done in that. And that's all I need to truly finish the home decks for it. I have no friends with Let's Go Pikachu, only Let's Go Eevee. Otherwise, I would just ask them for that one, because I was like, wait, you've played it? Which one? Eevee? Damn it! What about your sister? Eevee? Damn it! And I was just so sad after that because I'm like, dang. But we did get all the normal demons. We just need the, oh yeah, we're still on that. Alls we need now is the special ones. Also, I really don't need all this extra random crap. Dooba-doo-doo. I mean, I'm still gonna take some of it, like mob drop wise. I mean, I'll take that. We still need the voodoo demon, but then we're done. Also, since it's nighttime, blood moon, so we can increase our spawn rates. You used to have Let's Go Pikachu? Dang. Yeah, it's the one I need so I can get the stuff I need from Kanto. Because it's like, I have a living Pokedex, but to get the special Pokedexes, you need to get them out of each game. I finished Legends Arceus, BDSP, and Scarvy. So, alls I need is the Sword and Shield because I can't do Kanto. Because I only have Eevee. And I'm not rich enough to be able to do Pokemon Go, much less insane enough. Especially seeing that they add Pokemon as they go. Like, yeah. You're still surprised this day you have a Pokemon Home Shiny Living Dex? Damn. I mean, the good part about the Shiny Living Dex thing is, like, you can now get Shiny Enamorus and Shiny Manaphy, as well as Shiny Meloetta for the first time because of this. So you can actually get some of the mythicals that are shiny locked normally, which is great. Also, one of the things I do want to do if I ever end up like getting a Switch to stream on this channel, I want to shiny hunt Arceus live. I think that would be a fun thing to do because that is one of the shinies I really do want. Nice call to the lamb emote. But, like, I think shiny hunting Arceus live would be fun. Like, yeah, shiny hunting can be very tiresome. Guess who took the longest? It depends. Because I know for me, like, it depends if you have a form dex. Because if you're going for a form dex, then I would say one of the female starters. Because some of them have forms. But I would say probably Arceus is shiny huntable, but it's a soft reset only in BDSP. So that one's definitely up there. If you got Manaphy the original way, that's a pain in the ass in its own right. Fione is just egg hunting. Mew can be shiny hunted in Gen 3. That one's a pretty painful one. But it requires certain things you can't get now. The Lattes can be shiny hunted. But Dynamax Adventure stuff is usually a lot easier. I would say it would have to be one of the mythicals that can be shiny hunted, such as Manaphy and Mew, as well as the original Deoxys, because those would definitely be some of the hardest if you went for them. Oh, Zygarde? With Dynamax Adventures? Really? I mean, in all honesty, I have a shiny Zygarde that I got a long time ago before Dynamax Adventures existed because I was there for the event. I'm a weirdo, I guess, in that regard. Like, I have all the Kalos Legends shiny. I actually have a weird set of shinies now. Because, like, I could go into my home and look at all my shinies. I have a very odd set. And I want to finish a few of the lines. Like, I want to finish the Shinx line and stuff. And even then, as much as it's like, I can guess why the shiny Zygarde was difficult. It's probably because Zygarde is just a very difficult Dynamax adventure in a nutshell. Especially if you're doing it alone. But, as I was saying, as much as I'd love to do a living shiny dex, it's also like, because I'm already doing a living form dex, I would need each shiny form too. Oh, your Wi-Fi was out? Oh yeah, that makes it even harder. Doing it by yourself is a pain in the ass. I know from experience that it is a pain in the butt. Like, but in all honesty, like, I have a lot of stuff that I could use to, like, get shinies. Like, I have the ability in the games. And with Pokemon Legends ZA coming out, too, it's like, Furfrou is going to become available, and I'm praying to God that they make it so, Zygarde, not Zygarde, the frickin' monkeys, Pansear, Pansage, and Panpour are available again, because them and Furfrou are the only real ones that are just not available other than Watchog and Petrat. Like, those three lines have been just completely forgotten by the damn developers, it feels like. And I'm hoping ZA fixes that. We just gotta see what happens. Huh. Yeah, that makes... I mean, for that many attempts to get it, my guess is you probably got a lot of natural shinies just from doing it in general, because that's usually how it goes. At least that's my guess, is you just ended up getting a lot of, like, other shinies other than Zygarde. Because I know for the Dynamax Adventures, it's a 1 in 10 chance, or something like that, to get at least one shiny. 200 other shinies, jeez. I mean, at least you got other shinies from it. I mean, there is some shinies I want to hunt, but my biggest goal shinies are Arceus, finishing up a few of the lines that I have multiple of, but also, I really want to shiny hunt Noivern eventually, because it's one of my it is my favorite Pokemon. So it's like, it's definitely something I want to shiny hunt. But also, I really want to shiny hunt Rellor, because Rabska and Rellor have amazing shinies. Like, I really like their shinies, and I'd love to get those. Another one I'd really like to get is, like, I'd like to get a few of the Paldean ones, because there are some really good Paldean ones, like Dondozo. The silver and gold Dondozo is so good. One that I want to do, but also am like, oh god, I don't want to deal with Memento, is Tatsugiri. Because either I could go the harder way and do it over eggs and just hope. I could also just do a sandwich, which is a easier chance, but it's going to cause more eye strain because they're such small Pokemon. Flabebe is another example of that. Flabebe, I would rather just hatch than try and tell, usually. Minior is another one I want to get the shiny of, but it's indistinguishable. It is literally indistinguishable until it loses its shield. But because of the level you find it at in the Blueberry Academy, it also has a chance to just have Explosion. So it makes it even more worrying. I can easily just use a damp Pokemon for that. That's not too bad. But it's the fact of the matter that it's like, oh shit, this is a problem. Traveling merchant has arrived. How fun. I mean, at least our thing is going well. We've gotten quite a few things done. I mean, the Voodoo Demon is just going to be a lot of waiting and waiting and waiting, going back and forth, back and forth. There we go. Now we're back up to max spawn rate. But yeah, I've thought about doing a living shiny dex, but then I was like, that's just physically impossible for me. Because not only would I need to get a Game Boy again because my because the original one is broken and shit like that. I would need to get the games, and the sheer cost of them is a pain in the ass. Like, some of them I could just easily get off the 3DS store because I broke my 3DS in and so I can actually like get stuff off the store still, because I mean, of course I'd still have to worry about it getting bricked, but it's like the fact that I had to do that in the first place just to transfer my damn Pokemon is more sad than anything else, because it wouldn't let me update in any other way with the 3DS until I broke it. And it's like, like I had to full on jailbreak it before I could update, which is so dumb. Because I did that so I could actually get my shiny Latias to Pokemon Home, because I didn't want to lose him. Because, I mean, shiny Latias being my first, like, natural shiny that wasn't guaranteed and that I didn't kill. I try not to think about that red Gyarados quite a lot. Hey, Iris, hope you're doing well today. But, like, I try not to think about that red Gyarados from Heart Gold, Soul Silver, because it's just, like, the fact that I killed it and thought, and it's, like, a natural shiny, I never really counted it as a, like, personal shiny. So getting Latias will always be my first shiny in my eyes. Plus, even then, I ended up finding out that that red Gyarados respawns, and it's like, well, shit. So it's literally a guaranteed shiny, no matter what you do. But yeah, it is one of the many things that I've been like, oh, interesting. Because there's honestly a lot of stuff that's like that in Pokemon. You're called worldless, your brain feels like soup for some reason. I feel that way all the time. I feel that. My brain feels like soup a lot, so yeah. Come on, we need Voodoo Demons, game. Get me them Voodoo Demons. Then we can cross Hell off our map, and we don't need to come back to Hell for anything. Except extra Eternia crystals if we don't end up getting the Betsy reward. It is crazy that that's the one thing holding us back. Oh, another Red Devil banner. I was spontaneously lobotomized. Oh, wow. That's painful. Yeah, we still have storms coming through where I'm at, so it's just like really like annoying for me because I have to like keep an eye on my internet here and there too, because I never know when it's just gonna go bye-bye and then just like, well, shit, what now? So like that's something I've been like keeping an eye on in the background. I don't know why my internet likes to do that, other than the fact that it's rural area. Like, that's just how it be. We don't do coherent thoughts here. Exactly. Who needs coherent thoughts? But yeah, I definitely have not cared enough to go back and, like, go for some of those shinies that I still had. Like, of course, there's always the other issues with shinies, but I don't want to go back and actually hunt for those shinies. It's just gonna be hell. I already had to frickin' do so much to get all the Vivillon forms and the Furfrou forms. I haven't even finished the Alcremie forms because, dear God, because I need a certain amount of Milcery at least, and a certain amount of each of the candies that you put on them, and then I have to make sure I don't mess up. But I know that I'm gonna mess up once or twice eventually. Meaning, I'll need extra. So it's like, well, shit. Like, I can do some in Sword and Shield. That one is not too bad. Like, I had one of the rainbow ones in Sword and Shield that I got as a Gigantamax from a max raid deck. That one was an easy, cool, don't need to worry about that specific one. But with all the others, it's like, I've just been breeding them in Scarvy and just going from there. Though, if I bred them in Sword and Shield, it would probably be a lot easier because Sword and Shield has the faster breeding mechanic of the two. But Scarlet and Violet has the faster menu. So it's like, Because, yeah, Sword and Shield, I will say the one thing I do miss about going from Scarvy to that is being able to just walk over a little tiny ledge. Like, that's one of the things I do miss. Being able to walk over a tiny ledge or jump over it. I never thought I would miss it as much as I do. But here we are. Also, look at all these banners. Come on, give me the Voodoo Demons game. We're still at 22. Jeez. Do. I'm just gonna do this back and forth for a bit. Doing Pokero gets this run where servers are back up on the 9th. Your question is, Getsus had Kyurem. When fused, does he technically still own Kyurem? Yes. Because Kyurem, it is still called Kyurem. It's just Kyurem Light / Kyurem Black. Kyurem does take over. The reason is Kyurem is the leftover husk of the original dragon. So when it fuses, it takes on the minds that it once had to some extent based on truth and or ideals. So it is technically still Kyurem, and it still technically is Getsus's, but doesn't mean it's not a pain in the ass. I shall add glasses to my little Sona. You know, it's funny because one of the things I noticed this morning when I was, like, getting dressed and everything, like, I unintentionally color coordinated, so I'm just grayscale. And I almost actually just grayscaled my character for the day and just, without saying anything and just seeing if what people said. Like, I almost did that because I was like, you know, that could be funny. But then I ended up not doing it because I was, like, distracted. I'm gonna be honest, I was a bit distracted with the BTD Legends stuff, too. Because I was like, you know, I might as well just do one or two. And I did. I shredded through Balloonarius and stuff, and, like, honestly, I'm doing good on the Legends run I'm working on currently. I'm allowed to only use Pokemon Getsus has. Genesect is an exception due to being Team Plasma Tech, if I remember correctly. Exactly. Under Getsus's orders, Team Plasma resurrected its fossil and added a giant cannon to its back. Honestly, Genesect is a really sick Pokemon. I just think it's really cool. And it has a great shiny. I wish you could naturally shiny hunt Genesect, personally. Also, I really hope that in Gen 10, if they bring back legendaries, that non-story related ones are not shiny locked like Scarvy. Because God, did I hate it. Because I totally would have shiny hunted for Spectrier and Glastrier. Spectrier's is better than Glastrier, but I just wanted both. But, like, Spectrier's shiny is red, and it's so nice. Plus, if we get access to Koraidon and Miraidon in Gen 10, I want to shiny hunt Koraidon because goddamn does his shiny look awesome. If you've never seen shiny Koraidon, I highly suggest looking it up. It's a black shiny with, like, a fiery design going up the feathers instead. So it looks so much cooler, in my personal opinion. I love it. It's one of my favorite shinies of like a legendary. Garatina is another one I really want to shiny hunt again. Even though I have it shiny, I just want the origin form. And then I realized, wait, Pokemon Home doesn't let me have the opposite form for Dialga, Palkia, and Garatina. The only one I'm missing of that trio is frickin' Dialga, so I definitely need to shiny hunt Dialga eventually. That's definitely on my list of, you need to shiny hunt this. Because I want to finish the trio. And I might do the same when it comes to, like, Landorus, Thundurus, and Tornadus. But that's going to take a while. Where's Shiny Koraidon and Miraidon Mystery Gifts? Huh? They did that for a lot of box arts, but so far not Koraidon and Miraidon. Well, the thing is, normally it's during VGC season. Is when they did it last time. But that was the first time they had really done it. Since Gen 6. Due to COVID. But otherwise, they usually wait until the next game comes out and then release it, for that VGC season. Like, that's something that I have noticed a bit. 666 damage per second. That was perfect. But it usually releases around, like, a VGC season. But they usually wait for the next gen. But Gen 8 and Gen 6 were different. Gen 8 due to COVID. And Gen 6 due to the Mega Evolution gimmick. And the fact that they had 3 Mythicals planned. That we did not know about until after. So, that's why. The more you know. Like, in all honesty, like, I get it. And I have some of those. I have all of the Gen 6 legendaries from the events. And I'm just gonna say, Yveltal looks like fucking bacon. And you can't convince me otherwise. Because you can't tell me that, Yveltal, and it's shiny, doesn't look like bacon. Save image. Gonna do that. And boom. Look at it. It literally looks like bacon. Like, you can see the white on there that looks like the fat. It's just a bacon bird. You see it now? It's just a bacon bird. And another one that really pisses off my friend, with Shiny Zygarde, specifically, is when looking at Shiny Zygarde, my friend hates that I do this. Because I'm like, huh, you know, this is the toothpaste worm, and the toothpaste dog, and the toothpaste guardian. So I've just decided to call it the toothpaste Pokemon whenever I see it shiny. And it pisses my friend off. Because now they can't unsee it. Because it's the toothpaste Pokemon, basically. Now you get that cursed knowledge to sit with. I have so many random things I notice, and I'm just like, huh, I can make this cursed as hell just by what I notice. And my friends, God love them, I don't know how they put up with me. You're renaming your shiny Yveltal Bacon Bird? That makes sense. Honestly, Yveltal does look like bacon, and I just haven't been able to unsee it. Oh my god. It's just unseeable. Not, like, I can't unsee it. It just will always be in my brain. Wada. Oh. That's in our Voodoo Demon. I saw that guide Voodoo Doll fall. If we can finish off Hell, we're golden. Also, Jesus Christ, we had over a platinum. You know, I really don't think we need this much, but whatever. I don't need the graves or the hook. Honestly, I'm just gonna dodge. And I have to kill the frickin' critters because they take up spawn rate. So annoying. There, now I can actually see how many guide voodoo dolls I have. I mean, we've already had the wall of flesh spawn once. I'm surprised it hasn't happened multiple times at this point, in all honesty. Okay, time to raise the spawns again. There we go. Fun fact, did you know by saving and exiting the world, you can actually increase the spawn rate of fireflies and lava flies? Or reduce it because it resets that whole counter? And, like, it will just randomize it each time you join in. Hell is a bird. This bird looked like bacon. It's supposed to be a literal Grim Reaper or something, but decided to put some crappy makeup and look like bacon. I mean, Yveltal is more like the Pokemon version of death itself. Because it literally, when it dies, it kills everything around it. Like, we don't know the radius. It definitely can't be everything on a planet, but it's at least a mile wide in terms of radius. So we know that for sure. But, like, jeez. Like, Yveltal is just a great example of what the heck, Pokemon? Or, like, I think one of the cool things is, like, Mega Aerodactyl looks very, like, closer than normal Aerodactyl to its actual, like, original form from back in the many years ago before it died and was resurrected. Slash evolved. Because in some cases, they evolved. Like, we know Kabuto and, like, never went extinct. Neither did Kabutops. I.e., look at the anime for an example. But also, they're horseshoe crabs. Same thing for Relicanth. Like, Coelacanths were thought dead for a long time, but then they were just like, holy shit, they're still around? Because they found one. Like, another thing that's really interesting is horseshoe crab's plasma is actually more important than you would think for medical stuff. Like, animals in real life are really cool, but seeing how Pokemon treats them and stuff and, like, uses them is really interesting as well. Because you got Pokemon that are just absolutely batshit insane. And then you got some that are, like, completely different. Like, when I see a Mimikyu and the design, because they showed some of the first designs. When it says people die of terror when they see under it, part of me wonders if they don't die from terror, but die of cuteness overload. But because of the fact that it's a ghost type, and, like, the face that the person made, maybe they died from cuteness, but it looked like it was terror. Like, it's just a thought that I have had. But then there's the anime where Meowth sees it and literally dies and is floating upside down in the water, face first. And Team Rocket has to pull him out. But he gets his soul back and didn't fully die, but is terrified of Mimikyu. So it's like, honestly, it makes me wonder. Honestly, the anime is a whole other subsection of what the fuck when it comes to Pokemon. Because it is really weird. It's one of the best examples of anime that really just takes what it has and rolls with it. I mean, Ash is insanely strong. The fact he was able to carry a Larvitar, much less a Cosmoem. Like, overall, like, a lot of it is just, what? Like, that's how it feels, is, what? I will say, I don't have any of the shiny Hoenn legendaries. I just never really went out of my way to get them. At least I don't think I do. I'd have to double check. Now I'm starting to question myself. Because I know I don't have, like, certain shinies, but I do for others. And, yeah, it's always been one of those things of, ugh, I need to figure this out. Because I do want some of those shinies. I think they would be good to have, like, some of them. Because I personally like some of their shinies. And then there's Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno. Their shinies are not the best. And it's sad saying that the sunburnt chicken of Moltres is the best of the three, in my opinion. Because Zapdos barely changes, and Articuno gets a bit paler. Like, it's not good. It's just one of those things that you would think they would give them really sick shinies. But nope. And even then, like, the whole, like, theory that was completely debunked of them using a color wheel and just doing the opposite color, while it had some unintentional merit, it wasn't true. Meaning that all the shinies were given their colors intentionally. But then again, that's kind of one thing you gotta think about with the shinies is, if they're all good looking shinies, none of them will look good in comparison to others. It will still be the same thing. So there have to be bad shinies to make the good ones look good. Plus, honestly, I don't mind some of the ones that barely change. Like, there are some that do it better than others. But it really just kind of depends. Like, originally Gengar was a lot more noticeable as a shiny, but over time became less noticeable. But Garchomp used to be very unnoticeable, and now has become a lot more noticeable. Combuskin is another good example of one that has changed a shiny color since its introduction. Just like Charizard was purple originally, but they changed it to black. Because, of course, they did. I prefer purple Charizard. I'm gonna say it. I prefer the purple Charizard shiny. I personally think the purple one looked a lot better. Especially compared to the black one. Because the purple one was like a deeper purple. Not too purple, it's black. Like, not too deep, it's black. But just enough purple that it's like that good, deep purple. And then it had the really nice wings. And then we got shiny Charizard now. And it's like, I like the purple more. The purple was better, in my opinion. I just prefer the purple. Dodge. Where are we in this? 28 of 50. Hoo boy. We're gonna be here for a bit, folks. It is gonna be a knockout of a round against these good old voodoo demons. You know, I've actually thought about next time I play Pokerogue, because I do want to play more of that stuff eventually. I've actually thought about just, like, doing an entire section just speaking like that, and doing the full, like, announcer type voice. Because there's just something so fun about speaking in this old radio voice that also is a bit like the knockout stuff. Like, I have to specifically go, it's a knockout, and it just gets me into that voice really well, and I can keep it pretty well if I so choose. Like, that, I don't know why. It's like, a lot of voice actors do have that one thing that they can just say a phrase with it and just switch. That's my switch for that one. It's been a long time since I've done it, but, like, I could probably do the same thing with, the Wicked Witch. I don't know how well, compared to how I used to. Same thing with, Candace Flynn from Phineas and Ferb. Like, I can do her laugh really well, and I used to be able to do her voice better, but not as much anymore. Like, voice changing and whatnot definitely affect that, but nonetheless, it's like still good. What did you do once in Pokerogue? Now I'm kind of curious. We're at 30, folks. Hell yeah. God, we're at 18 gold, 19 gold. We have so much gold that we don't need. And boom. I will say, I know I talked a bit about it during like a last D&D session. We do have our next one planned. Oh, G-Max for both style of Urshifu fused. Nice. That honestly sounds like a terrifying creature, though. Let's be honest here. Nothing can like Urshifu literally broke all of competitive, and the only one they nerfed was the single strike, which was never the issue competitively. It wasn't as much of an issue as the freaking multi-critical hit, stab, hit through protect, freaking surging strikes with the surging multi-hit form. Like, that one was always the issue. But, and the Paradox Pokemon are great examples of, like, power creep. Because a lot of new gen Pokemon have more optimized stats than old gen. And part of that is because they were learning. Like, I get that. But some of them are abhorrently evil. Like, with the sheer power that Urshifu has, if you weren't told or didn't know, you would not be able to guess that it has 550 as a base stat. But it's still insane. Terra Dark, Wicked Blow. Oh, God. Yeah, like, it's honestly scary as hell. Like, Wicked Blow is definitely good. Surging Strikes would be better in that case, sheerly because the multi-hit ability of it. It allows for more access to shit. Plus, being water, it can easily be buffed by Mystic Water or Splash Plate, which, of course, is not exactly good for us when you're playing in competitive. It's not exactly the best for competitive. That's why I wish that they would actually keep the, because I know that they changed it for the next season, but I'd really love to see them do more of the no legendary ones and, like, no sub-legendaries, no Paradox, no Ultra Beast, where it's only base Pokemon as is. Because I think that's a really fun rule set. Because we got to see Pokemon shine that we never thought possible. Like Scovillain. And, of course, Farigiraf shines more with legendaries due to the fact that it can block priority for itself and its ally. And it gets a good amount of support moves as well. But just like some other Pokemon, they thrive in a stronger format compared to a weaker one. But Pokemon that weren't used as much got used a lot more. You started seeing some more with, like, Toedscruel, the starters. Like, a lot of Pokemon started getting more use than you'd think just because there weren't legendaries. Murkrow is a great example of one because despite what you'd expect from a Murkrow, Eviolite Prankster Murkrow with Tailwind is really good. Of course, Incineroar still runs the show because it is just the best support mon for, like, knockoff, fake out with Intimidate and whatnot. Like, it makes it way too good in its own right, but it's still like, yeah, they've done a lot in terms of fixing some of it, not all of it. And it makes me curious on, like, what other things they could do with that. What? Oh, surging. You did with Surging Strikes, it was just a one-hit kill. Yeah. That's the thing with Surging Strikes. It's like, it hits 3 times with 3 crits, mind you. Meaning it does a lot more than it says. It actually does more than Wicked Blow, I believe, or at least it used to. I not used to, but now it does, if I remember correctly. Which only just makes it even better. Since Wicked Blow was nerfed in Scarvy, but not Surging Strikes. I personally think Surging Strikes and Wicked Blow need, like, nerfs together, not separately. Like, Wicked Blow is still usable, but not as good. I personally think Surging Strikes should be nerfed a bit. Or at least Urshifu's ability, because its ability is a huge issue. Dual Fury style, jeez. Like, I personally think that it shouldn't be able to hit through Protect with, like, with full damage if it's going to. I think that is one of the most insane abilities they could have made. Like, you know it's bad when things like Orichalcum Pulse and Hadron Engine are balanced compared to it. Honestly, I say do it. Make an art or a model of it. You can take a look at both Urshifus because they're very similar, and you could totally, like, make a middle version of it. Of course, it would still be fighting, but what type do you think it would get? Because one is dark, one is water. Like, because there's not anything strong against dark and water, but they don't really interact. They're neutral. So it's more likely you find a neutral to both. But it's still a good thought to think about. Is, like, what typing it could be. Because, like, there's so many possibilities with typing and stuff. I mean, the whole point of Urshifu is it's a fighting type. Like, that's one of the things it has. It's because it's based off fighting styles. So I feel like if it were to get another form, it wouldn't be Water Dark in that case. Because it's not like it would get rid of Unseen Fist, which is probably one of the most... Actually, it is the most broken ability. And it's like, dear God. There is no good reason to have that. There we go. Do 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 do. Ba ba bam. I mean, since the start of this, we've really, like, knocked into gear with the demons and voodoo demons, red devils, etc. So at least there is that. So we have, like, done really good in the case of some of this. Oh, boy. Like, dodge. Sorry. Had to take a drink. Like, we've made it really far. Like, there's a reason I called the stream to Hell and Back. It's like, I could read more of the Great God Pan, but I know I'll be distracted and probably gonna get hit. Which will not end well. There we go. Ooh, dodge. I mean, once we get the voodoo demon, we don't need to come here. We can leave Hell to its own devices, because we already got the frickin' boss thing for the Wall of Flesh. But I don't want to stay here in Hell for all of stream, preferably. I think I'm going to go till it turns nighttime in game. Steel, Dragon, or Fire. I mean, Dark and Water are neutral to each other, if I remember correctly. So Steel would definitely fit into that because it's neutral to the other two, if I remember correctly. Having a difficulty spike, that's going to be hard to get over. Skill issue is showing. I feel that. Good point. Yeah, because I think, like, since the other two were made to be neutral in some form, it makes sense. Plus, then you can use the actual name of, I believe it's actual fighting move, the Twin Needle, as its move. But I think that's already a Pokemon move. Is Twin Needle. Yeah. That's another one that's already a Pokemon move. Damn it. That's the hard part about naming Pokemon moves, is there are some that are already used. Um because you got Wicked Blow, Surging Strikes. You could even call it like Steely Spirit. Double scope of your move, which is wonderful, but really struggling to get full use of it. Yeah, sometimes it just be that way with games. I mean, I feel ya. I always forget I have a void bag. Holy shit, the amount of stuff in here. Okay. We are at 33 voodoo demons, so that is a plus. Oh, and there goes that guy. Because if we can kill all those voodoo demons, no more worry. Which actually sounds nice. Lava bats. God, we have so much shit. And then boom. 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 And then I'll just put these in. There we go. Damn it, I missed. Okay, yeah, that's fully cleared out. And I want to keep the chandelier because it's actually, like, you can't craft it. Iron Tempest, that's another good one. Like, because there's a lot of good stuff. I am excited for my next D&D session because I'm going to be trying to do a mini session in between. Maybe you should buy a controller. Honestly, if I'm to suggest a controller, it is one of those things where you have to get like a third-party thing usually to connect it because it's a bit weird. But the PS5 controller I've been using is actually like really good. And it does give you touchpad that you can move your mouse through the controller as well if you so choose. On the touchpad. Kind of like a trackpad. Which is really nice. Because it gives a bit of extra like use. God dang it. Spawn. Oh yeah, I forgot. This is going on. And take that out. Loot. Then I can just go like this. God, look how much shit we have. I mean, at least we're gonna be rich. And then boom, 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 boom. How would this dual fury style be? Because single strike is the name or rapid strike is the other. I mean, you could just call it dual fury form if you really wanted. But you could also look at like, you could even just call it, because you have the rapid strike and stuff. You could look at other names that are used for those types of things. Where is the lighting? Ah, there it is. Like, sometimes just looking at some stuff can really give inspiration. So, kind of look at dual strike fighting styles and like if they have any name, or you could just call it you could call it dual strike. Like, those are all very possible ones you can use. It really is up to you on that case. Bone Serpent is next to Fire Imp. Look at that. We are really clearing a bunch of these out. In terms of bosses, let's see. So we need Fisherin, Prime, NK, Ice Queen, Betsy, the Flying Dutchman, and Brain of Cthulhu. So yeah. Let's do this, because we already need to get a few of these knocked off anyway. So why not? And then I can do that. Bum bum bum. Ba ba da ba da bum 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 bum. Plus we shred through these. Bum 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 bum. And there goes the Everstream. Do do do. Hey, we got the Elf Archer. Dun 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 dun. Da, 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 da. I love the I just love the Frost Moon theme way too much. Though I do hate this guy. Bum 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 bum. Do 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 do. And then I can actually go There we go. And I got some more whip range. Ba 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 ba. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. It would make sense. Sometimes just looking at it from a different angle can make a lot more sense. Do 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 do. Ba ba. Dun dun. The one downside of not having the Ankh shield, I was put in a glass coffin by a present. Well, I certainly wasn't in the gift-giving mood. Ah, 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 ah. Oh, that's bad. Oh, God, that was a really bad joke. Try not to die, try not to die, try not to die. They didn't like my joke. Oh, I was out of mana. That's why it wasn't summoning. Oh my God. I need mana back so I can actually, like, summon stuff. Getting coal this year for that one? Oh, probably. Shred the Ice Queen. We need to kill so many of these. Like in all reality. Do 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 do. And I do have whip range at least, so that helps. Do do. Bum 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 bum. Ooh, the snowman cannon. That was a bit of a risky one. Okay, just avoid, invade. I got the toy tank. Nice. Come on. I got it. I got the relic. Perfect. Bum, bum, bum. Avoid. Oh my god. I bobbed and weaved through those presents. Flacco! No! The snowflakes! They're coming for me! Damn it! Santa's back! He knew it! Damn it! Imagine Urshifu of each type, but you can actually tell the difference between them. Honestly, fair. The one thing about Urshifu is you just, like, you can tell the difference, but they're just so slim of differences that you don't really think about it. Also, one thing that's nice about the Terra Prisma is it actually ignores immunity frames. Little fun thing. It's really good, honestly. Wyvern! No! The Wyvern! Wyvern was like, hello! I'm here to play! I need to kill Santa NK, because that one is becoming an issue. Avoid the ice spikes. Or don't. If that had hit her, I would have lost it. Because that actually would have helped. Oh, and there she goes. But we did get the Spirit of Christmas, so we need to focus on slimes and stuff now. We got festive wings. We got some extra trophies and other stuff. The issue is it's raining, which means we're not going to get a lot of the normal spawns we want, which is annoying. Oh. I mean, we did get a pair of festive wings. For the other stuff, I can sell for the most part, except for this. I need at least one. And the Santa tank thing. There we go. Use local immunity frames. Just doesn't care about immunity. It's just none other projectile immune frame system got a bit of an overhaul not that long ago, if I remember right. Honestly, I don't remember enough. There was a traveling merchant? So I got Elf Archer and Zombie Elf. Ah, they're in here. So let's see. Zombie Elves and Present Mimics. Not done yet. So the first one is done now. So Zombie Elf 448 can be crossed off. 449 is almost done, and 450 is almost done. Present Mimic, Ice Queen, yeah, no. Need more of those. Flacco. But, since it is now daytime, first I need to go down here. Mounts, that goes in there. Then we can go over here, and this side is finished. Hell yeah. So now all we need is just some normal bosses, Betsy, the Dutchman, and we are golden. But of course, what I do want for sure, boom. The hollow is going to be a bit of an issue. Where's Chester? Just doing this real quick. Ba-da-lo-do. Perfect. Because I need those specifically. Because we need a bunch of the present mimics. Thank you, Chester. So now we can look at these guys. 35, 42, 28, 30. We need to kill a bunch of them. I think the only way that it could get better is if we get a slime rain. Obviously. I mean, yeah, I'd have to double check for the Terra Prisma though, like, because I know it was one of the few that, because I know the Blade Staff does. Terra Prisma Terraria. Rapidly attacks nearby enemy, performing extremely quick stab, constantly attacking with the spinning minion, similar to Zenith. Until the target is dead, the pattern will repeat each time the sword changes target. Guaranteed drop during day. Best is ruthless. Mythical provides widest array of stat bonus, but these primarily affect the initial summon rather than the resulting minion. Additionally, minions cannot deal critical hits. Blah, blah, blah. Sword will spawn at the cursor and will instantly teleport behind the player. It applies -1 tick of local immunity frames upon hitting an enemy, only resets its local immunity frames at the start of each attack, meaning the Terra Presa cannot hit the same target more than once per attack. It attacks every 0.67 seconds. It can target enemies up to 62.5 blocks away and will automatically return. If its current target gets outside of that, it will just go back. Unlike most minions, the sword will immediately return to the user's side when no more targets are in range, preventing it from getting stuck behind blocks or blocking field of vision. It will not move and attack through blocks by default, but if they attack an enemy in direct line of sight, they will continue their attack and any other nearby enemies, ignoring blocks before returning to the player. They leave a rainbow trail, and basic, bright, and gradient dyes will have little effect on the sword's colors due to its bright coloration. Compound and most strange dyes will work properly as they are more effective and override the sword's color. Interesting. The more you know. It even taught us a bit about dyes. I do like when there's actually some cool lore and other stuff related to things. Nope. Aha! 472 is now off the list. Hey, at least we're getting some of these knocked off our list. Because that's the main thing I've been worried about. I mean, getting them marked off at least helps. So, there is that. The hard part is just getting them all to spawn. Because we can't really use, like, any of the other stuff. There is no skeletons for the Christmas, but there are zombies. So once we get all the slimes, the best place would probably be the graveyard to get the special zombies. But, like, we already have those for this. We'd only need them for Halloween, which we also need skeletons for, and demon eyes. Otherwise, we got all the Christmas ones for the most part, except for the slimes. We are getting close at least, which is good. And also, I made sure to give this one the bloodbath dye for the farming stuff because of the irony of it. The bloodbath dye. What we use to farm our enemies. Plus, it's funnier. These blades are soaked in the blood of everything they have killed while farming. It's like my character never got the chance to wipe them off afterwards. Plus, they look really cool when they're moving around. 43, 44, 58, 46. We are getting really close, but it's just down to, like, luck. Thankfully, the Christmas stuff helps. Honestly, I'm glad they made it so you can get Christmas and Halloween events outside of their normal season through the Frost and Pumpkin Moon, as long as you beat 15 of the waves, because god did it suck beforehand having to wait, and it made the Bestiary so much easier to deal with. Like, it's just one of those things. Bump. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Like, we have to be like, oh my god, we're one away. Oh, 47473 has been marked off the list. Woohoo! Pinky is gonna be another one that's just gonna be a pain in the butt, but still. 471! Yay! 471! Yippee! 474 is a little bit behind, but it is getting there. Oh, it's so close. I mean, at least we are getting, like, the Christmas stuff. Thank God. And then we'll focus on, like, the Halloween stuff after. Because, like, yeah, we're gonna need to do this more and whatnot, but... And the slime is done! With 6 seconds to spare. Oh, Jesus, look at all the bows. I mean, at least we're getting a lot of stuff. And I can sell those. Ooh, I'm gonna need more battle potions, meaning I'm gonna need more death weed. Honestly, I think this next night, what we should do is a blood moon. I need my fishing rod, masturbate. Sorry. And then sonar potion. Also, I can drink that. I just always forget. Because I'm gonna need to do the death weed, like either way. Plus, then I can just do this. It just looks like my head is like hidden under the swords, just like they shall block the light so I can sleep, despite literally generating light themselves. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's see. Once it's nighttime, then we can do that and whatnot. Because after the blood moon ends, we can skip to the next night and then do pumpkin moon if we so choose. Easy. And boom. Now I can just do 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 do. At least I can teleport quickly. And then we can go here. And then buff. Oh, I did not want to use a battle potion. I didn't even think about that. Oops. Well, that was a waste. Then I can do this. Okay. Because we just need to be careful with these. Wandering eye fish, not what I want, but something. Rock lobster. Zombie merman. Come on. Give me the good shit, game. I know you got the ability to. Come on, game. I know you can give me the good shit. I'll take a Pearlwood crate, but... Blood eel. Oh, shit. I accidentally made the tab smaller. I fixed it. That's awkward. And we'll know when we have enough when we get their frickin' banners. Come on, game. Princess fish. Sand poacher banner. Bonk. 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 Oyster. Flounder. Just give me the right stuff, game. I didn't think we'd have this many issues. Jeez. Ah, it probably hit the Sky Island. I was like, why'd that fall so weirdly? It's probably because it hit the Sky Island. You know, the amount of mermen and wandering eye fish is saddening. Oh my god. One, two, three. Come on. No, I don't want an oyster. Come on. Not the flounder. It feels like the game is just laughing at me. Just like, yeah, you want this, don't you? There we go. That's one of them. Surprisingly, no Dreadnoughtless yet tonight. There's the Blood Eel, at least. So that's something. Well, there's the Dreadnoughtless. And it's dead. I'm gonna need to have it summon Blood Squid as well, but... yeah. That's a later worry. Princess Fish. Dodge that attack. Oop. Apparently not well. Just dead. I'm just gonna heal up at the nurse. Did not mean to put it there, but we can move that. Come on, game. Apparently it really wants me to get the Dreadnoughtless. Ah! I don't know if it... I think it did die. But I don't need more Sanguine Staffs. I'm gonna only use 2. Just because I need the Blood Squids. Careful. We got the Dreadnoughtless banner. I'll mark that off as soon as it turns day. Zombie Merman. Flounder. Oyster. Pearlwood Crate. Goblin Shark. Just summon a bunch of these and... there he goes. And he's knocked out. Goblin Shark's out. Bombfish. Mithril Crate. That's nice. I technically don't need him, but I just want to beat one up again. Now we just need the Blood Squid and Blood Eel. Wandering Eyefish. Flounder. Goblin Shark. Flounder. Princess Fish. We are not getting lucky at all. It's basically day. Do, 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 do. At this point, I'm just gonna... Okay. Santa Claus was slain. But we got the Dreadnoughtless and Hemoglobin banners. So that is... So, Hemogoblin Shark and Dreadnoughtless are marked off our list. And then... we still need Blood Eel and the Blood Squid. So we're still gonna need to summon these guys, but that's not too bad. Thankfully. So let's put this away, that away, because apparently we got another one. And then sell. Selling a bunch of extra crap I don't need. And then the other stuff I'll just... Now, this one would be... God, we're going really far back, aren't we? So it's... Zombie, and then... Oh my god, it's literally the first one. Drippler, Wandering Eyefish, blank. So it's Wandering Eyefish, Hemogoblin Shark, and then Dreadnoughtless. I will say the banners look awesome for them. Which is good. Then I can put these away. Our last Pumpkin Moon Medallion. But we need the Halloween stuff for a lot. And then boom, boom. The Pumpkin Moon has arisen. There we go. Ah, yes. Isn't that satisfying, though? Just shink, 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 shink. It does so much damage. I could just sit here and watch this for hours and hours. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. I'm not too worried about the Morning Woods because we need the pumpkins instead. That's like where we're really falling short. Other than the not Hellhounds, Headless Horsemen. Is the pumpkin. And then all the Halloween mobs. Bum bum. Gotta remember, I'm not immune to lava. Or fire. Oh, pumpkin. Having more range definitely helps. Because then I don't have to stay as close. Come on. Me over here focusing on not dying. Do 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 do. Of course it hit me. I feel like when it comes to the Pumpkin versus the Ice Queen, the Pumpkin's attacks are definitely a lot bigger, but the Ice Queen benefits from the fact of how many things are actually there. Like, that's kind of where she gets her benefit. But of course, it's different for both events as well in terms of enemy amount, etc. And we need to make sure the Headless Horsemen don't throw their heads, or else they don't count, apparently. And that's annoying. Come on. There we go. Oh, there's our pumpkin. Dodge. Need to kill 50 of these in total. And we've only killed like so many. So might as well. Do-do. Dodge. Just attack the pumpkin. Apparently a wyvern also tried to attack, but that didn't work too well for it, did it? Horsemen are still coming out. I need to kill them. There we go. Ow. Take care of the pumpkin. Yeah, I did kill one. Nice. Doom. Oh shit! Greek fire! You know, that Morningwood really did not need to walk all the way over there just to, like, basically emote on my body, is basically what it just did. Do 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 do. Bum bum. Oh my god. Come on. Take out the... Oh my gosh, they came from below. Holy crap. When the stuff just comes out of nowhere, it's like, oh no. Okay, yeah, that is good. And then take this guy out. We're also killing some stuff that we've needed to. Okay. Dodge, 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 dodge. Of course it went up as soon as I started dodging up. Come on. God, look at all those headless horsemen. I need to kill so many for the frickin' Bestiary, but I can't kill enough because I keep having to go up. Oh, God. Come on. The final wave. Not more. Come on. Ah. It's another Headless Horseman down. Oh. Oh, and we're dead. How'd you forget to drink water again? I swear you... Oh my God. Honestly, I feel that. I think the only reason I wouldn't forget to breathe is because I kind of had to remember how, like, I know how to manually make myself breathe very easily because of, like, choir and stuff, which definitely contributes to me being able to do it better, but still not perfect, that's for sure. Okay, let's see. The rain is not helping. We need 4 there. We're almost done with Pumpkin. And then I can just go womp womp womp. Oh boy. And I didn't have any in the Void Vault. And we got 5 platinum. Let's just see if we can actually get what we need here. Because we need these. Oh, we actually have. In terms of Headless Horseman, though, we definitely are not. We're almost there. Oh, that's... We're so close. And we got it. So we can mark that slime off our list, which marks slime off our list completely for this one. Now, we shall do this. There we go. Because, yeah, we're going to have to hear the thunder and everything, but we are close to the point where we can actually, like, where we can use this to our advantage to get, like, demon eyes and zombies while it's daytime still. Even if it's at a lower rate. It's our last battle potion. And actually, what I'm gonna do is make a bunch more. Okay, let's just quickly get back there. Ace map. There we go. Um, And then since this side is blocked off, I can just boom. And we can look in here like, okay, we still need quite a few more, and we just gotta pray. Boy. Angry Nimbus are gonna be an issue too. I mean, at least we're getting stuff. So, looking at the bright side of this, I've gotten used to the sound of the thunder in this at this point, like, because of how many times I've had to sit here, in the past. Like, especially while building this, I just had to constantly hear it. So I got really used to it, so now it's just like, oh, it does not affect me as much as it used to, that's for sure. Also, I really do like this build. Like, I think it really fits the creepy church, like, front room. And if I were to do anything with it, it would be to fill in the areas that have liquids, remove the middle stuff, and then put in a door. That would be what I would do to, like, actually look more like a church entrance and stuff. But it's not its full purpose, so. But even then, I think it looks really nice. Ah, yes. And we're gonna get a lot of raincoat zombies, too. So, 8, 4, 24, 25, 27. This was not 25, so that actually just got updated. We got that done. Like, we're making progress, even if slow. So, I'm looking at the bright side for that one. Because, yeah, since the Halloween spirit is going through, it's like, it penetrates the air, specifically. For the spirit of Halloween. It's penetrating the air. Ooh, ooh. But, at least it's doing something. Making our grind a little bit easier. Honestly, it's nice when we can make it a little bit easier on ourselves. Because that's always one of the hard parts. And one thing I'll probably do off stream when I get time is, if I get the time to do it, I will write down each thing we need a banner for, as well as each thing we need a trophy for, so that we can mark those off. And I'll probably put it on the back of this paper since it only took up one side. And then I can go and be like, okay, so we'll mark this off, this off, this off, this off, and this off, because we finished this or that. Like, bump, bump, bump. Bro was trying to hit him, but like, I can't hit him. I can't hit him, Dad. So I just moved in, boom, I can hit him. Flap, 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 flap. Ah, yes, the rain. Oh, how much it gives me a headache. Because in real life, I get very bad migraines when storms happen, so I usually have to take a Motrin before stream on stormy days, so it doesn't affect me too bad. Depending on, like, and it's usually because the air pressure change that it, like, gives me those migraines and headaches. And it usually depends how bad the storm is. Because, oh my god, I've had moments where it's, like, so bad that, like, it gets to the point of, like, my MSG and aspartame migraines of losing vision. But those are usually for really bad storms when I've gotten them. Or if it's changed, like, really rapidly. Because I can feel it. But even then, I know it's one of those things that for some people it's like, geez. And for me, it's like, yeah, that's normal. Because I've just gotten used to it. Like, I'm just used to it at this point. And once you get used to it, it's just like, okay, cool. Anyway, let's see. Where are we? 20, 31, 26. We are going up 6 and 12. Sadly, these we need to go underground for in a non-corrupted area, most likely. So that one's just going to be more of a nuisance to get. But even then, um, I know next week I was like debating, do I want to do all the mods or do I want to do the Minecraft that we were going to do yesterday if it weren't for things breaking? And then I had a thought. One of the things we could do is like switch it between all the mods and normal Minecraft on that day, if we so chose. Because I do kind of like playing BTD, but also I could switch between like BTD and Poker Rogue and stuff. Like, I've been looking at a lot of that stuff. Like, I could technically play a bunch of games in a row, but I like having a schedule and switching between games because I find it quite fun. But it's really down to what people would enjoy as well as me. And honestly, it's like I've been looking at it and it's like it would give me more reason to play Poker Rogue, but Poker Rogue's down until the night. Like, but BTD is also really fun to play as well. Especially the new Legends thing. Oh, it's really fun. Am I the best at it? Nope. But I'm better than I used to be. I still don't know what happens when you complete all 5 stages. I really hope you get to keep everything you've gotten if you've done all 5 stages. Because holy crap, do I have so many artifacts. Like, because what I did was I waited. And what annoyed me is the first shop was really close of this one run. And it had 3 legendaries that you could buy. And I'm like, I can't afford it. And it really hurt internally, like, no. And even then, I still need to upgrade some of my stuff and whatnot. But, yeah. Like, because I actually have a really good one there. Because the run I have has a farm in it as one of my permanent towers. And as well as a permanent Dartling gunner that's a 220 with ricochet and explosive darts. So it's like, hey, hey. Um, what also does suck is the more military monkeys I have, the slower they'll attack by 5%. So per extra one, which is annoying. Which is one of those, it's one of those things that I will trade away eventually, but just haven't had a good reason to. Because at least it gives a boost early on. And I can usually subsidize it, like make it less of an issue over time. Because even then, I would need 5 to make it neutral again from the 25% I get boosted from it. So it's like as long as I stay under 5, I still get stuff. But if I go up to 5, it's like, cool, it does nothing. And even then. But the one I really am glad that I was able to save on the first stage was the Dread Balloon one. So what the Dread Balloon one does specifically, all monkey types count as all monkey types. So support is primary, support, magic, and military, etc. And they deal more damage to ceramic, fortified, and Moab balloons, if I remember correctly. It might just be ceramic and fortified, but even then, like, that's really useful, as you can imagine. Because it has really ramped up. Which is awesome. Because it means, with that, I can just... boom. So that's why I decided to save it. It does take it out of your artifact thing, sadly. But it's a really good legendary that's like, oh, damn. It's definitely one of my favorites for the legendary. There we go. Because, like, I've actually grown to love some of those a lot more as I've used them. Of course, that's changed over time, but I also have the bomb one at legendary level. It just gives you a 0-2-0 instead of the 0-1-1 or 0-2-1, which is good because it doesn't lock you into the worst path for it. Um, but the fun thing I found was monkey. So I got the magic monkeys pushing them back. Well, I also have a thing that boosts my mer monkeys. So my mer monkeys, I go down the middle path where they create the waves that home in, mixed with the pushback, and it pushes loads of balloons back while dealing loads of damage to like groups of balloons until its pierce cap is hit. So when I up my pierce cap, it's just really insane. And it already gets like extra speed and other stuff from the artifact. Like it's actually really good. I also got one for the glue gunner that's really good. Whenever it hits a Moab with a glue, it does 2 impact damage. But the but the more balloons there are, it will deal more damage, up to 10 times the amount, so it can deal up to 20 extra damage. Mix that with the balloon solver, or even the super glue, and you got something that's just gonna go dink, 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 and deal loads of damage. Because that's also on top of the damage they already do for like super glue and corrosive. So you add those together and you get one of the scariest, honestly, for the glue gunners, because it's like that times 10 multiplier, depending on how many balloons there are, can be so terrifying. It also makes the glue gunner way better, which is nice. But yeah, it's when I got rid of the boomerang monkey and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot I even had this guy. I know the crossbow master I don't use often, but when I do use it, it's usually for like the mini bosses and the main end events, because it's really good at dealing with DDTs. Like, it is my main DDT dealing with stuff. Like, how I deal with DDTs. It's my best option. Sadly, because it's tier 5 and monkey knowledge doesn't go into there, it only does so much. That Frost Hydra is trying so hard and failing. What is it shooting at? Or was it shooting at? I don't really see anything, so it probably despawned, honestly. God, we've killed so many raincoats. 41, 46, 26, 10, 13. Hey, we are making progress. The demon eyes are definitely the hard one for this because they spawn more at night, but the zombies are more common in general. So, like, we just kind of gotta let it go and do what it does. I mean, at least we're getting the stuff, though. If we weren't, that'd be a whole other story. Oh my lord. Just being able to mark some of these off, though, is like, oh, thank God. Because some of these are just so grindy that, like, I was thinking to myself, would I have to change my computer's date and time? But then I was like, wait, I don't think I'd be able to stream then. So it was like, shit. But thank God I don't. I just need to do this every once in a while. Though I do need to make more pumpkin medallions, which requires more souls of fright. Same thing with the naughty presents, so I need souls of fright, hollowed bars, pumpkins, ectoplasm, silk. Like, I need so many random things. So I need to farm Skeletron Prime anyway. because that's the best way to get things for both of them. But if I'm farming for hollowed bars in general, with the setup I have now, I just shred through most things, so. Most, like, the mechanical bosses I could shred relatively well as long as I'm careful. But, yeah. Any change? 47, 42, and still 26. But this is 11, and this is 13 still. Because this is definitely part of the Halloween event. Also, for the longest time, I didn't realize this was supposed to be like a little Martian thing. I thought it was like supposed to be a doctor's outfit for the thing, and I'm like, wow, this is weird. Like, it took me so long to realize what that was meant to be. Which, yeah. Awkward. Hoppin' Jack. At least we got a bunch of banners. Honestly, some of these banners work really well for the, for like curtains in builds, which is really nice. You know what? I'm gonna use another battle potion. Why not? I'm hoping we can get more of these, but they're rarer in a lot of cases, so. Spiffoplash! The rain is also not helping by adding the frickin' umbrella slimes, flying fish, and nimbuses. It only just adds to more things that can spawn and take up the area that they can spawn in. So, yay. I am excited, though, for the hopper stuff for this game, because it's gonna be like, oh, thank God. Because then you just won't have to worry about anything else. And that'll just be like, cool. Now I don't need to worry about making sure my inventory is clear enough for this. Which has always been like an issue with like farms, especially AFK ones. And then there's gonna be a stress ball item that allows you to do like more AFK stuff, which is pretty cool. And with some of the stuff that Red has mentioned, the update could come out anywhere between end of this month to end of the year. So honestly, who knows? Because when they do updates, like, and it's like, this'll be the final update. But then you just see, actually, I don't think this is going to be the final update because we won't be able to fit Pal World into this update. So we're going to have to do one for that anyway. And I'm just thinking to myself, you know, the fact that this is happening in general just makes me think to myself, wow. Because I'm not surprised. They've said this is the final update so many times that I don't trust it anymore. Also, I'm surprised at the lack of sandstorms during this stream so far. You would have expected at least one. Unless I missed it, like when we were reading, but even then. Oh boy. Maggot. 49, 42, 31. Nice. And I'm hearing zombies die. But I'm also seeing like Demon Eye, Raincoat Zombie, Normal Zombie. Oh hey, it's another one of the special eyes. There it goes. $49, $42, $31, $13, $15. The Demon Eyes are definitely the hard part. I'm surprised we haven't gotten a bride yet because we still need the bride. Like, it's literally the last of these that we need is the bride. In terms of, like, the zombie variants that aren't special from the Halloween event and whatnot. You're confused why it took Scarlet Violet DLC for Gita to gain a brain cell for King Gambit? It is so what they did with the DLC is um they realized how bad the team was. Um and when they did the DLCs, now if you fight Gita again after the first time in the Academy Ace tournament or in the DLC, you'll actually face her with that team. But it's like they realized too late and were like, okay, when we release Indigo Disc and like get access to some of these, we're going to actually use it to our advantage and whatnot. Because they already heard the outcry of how bad of a champion she was. Like, that was a very noticeable one for everybody. Which is why. So it's like, yeah. Okay. Funnily enough, I actually need to go to the Crimson. Take this. And this. Bump. Bump, 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 bump. Oh, it's an ice golem. We already got all the ice golems. What I need is other stuff. Yeah, her team is pretty weak to fire for the most part. But it's not as bad as like the other stuff because she has Avalug and Go-Goat. Go-Goat can be good. Same for Avalug, but it's the way she used them that was like, what? And that's kind of one of the biggest issues people had with her, is she just wasn't good. And she used Glamora last. King Gambit, weak to fire. But she also had a Veluza that did have Ice Fang, but also helped deal a bit with the fire. But Veluza is so frail. And then Glamora. So when most, like, half the team was weak to fire, but then another, like, then a third wasn't, it's like, okay. Because it was more specifically like that third that was like able to deal with it still. So it's not as bad because, yeah. I also wish some of the gym leaders actually did better with their gimmick. Like, I feel like in terms of like use / how much it fits them, Rhyme, as well as Tulip and Iono, as well as Larry, had some of the better ones. Same for Brassius. Brassius's was good too. Like, in terms of their actual, like, overall use. But because the Pseudo-Wudo one was actually really smart. But, yeah. I mean, it's not like she didn't have stuff, because Go-Goat did have stuff to help against fire. It's more of how she used her. It's how she used her team that really just made it bad. Because, like, in other contexts, her team can work if it's used differently. The biggest, like, lacquer of all of them is technically Go-Goat. Avalug is actually really good. So is Go-Goat, but Go-Goat's biggest weakness is, yeah. Like, Avalug has pretty piss-poor special defense, but if you give it a Assault Vest and, like, EVs and IVs into special defense, and then give it, like, Body Press, it's actually really good. And that's one of the things that, like, Avalug could have worked. as well as Espouthra and Veluza and everything, if she had done different things with some of them. And that's one of the things that you start to learn a lot, especially in competitive, is some of it is easier when you don't do it like that. Oh shit, water chest. Because she just happened to do it in the worst way possible. Of all the ways possible. It's like, of all the ways you could have done this, why? Because that's how it really feels when looking at it now. Like, as much as I like Gita's team idea, she just uses it in such a not good way for what she has. And you can see that very well because, like, if she used King Gambit last and Glamora first, that would have saved her team alone and made her a lot more of a threat. But she didn't. If she gave, like, I'm quite sure Avalag might have had body press. I'd have to double check. But Avalag with body press is scary. Because Avalag is one of the most defensive Pokemon. And I'll just do this. Yeah, I know I'm putting Crimson in places, but also I need to kill that guy anyway. Okay. Yeah, Glamora, the ability she chose for Glamora sets up toxic spikes. I mean, its hidden ability, Corrosion, is good, but not as good as Toxic Debris. But even then, it's like, if she had sent it out first, it would actually have been more of a threat. Also, I hated the fact that people got so mad when Liko and them beat her in the, anime when she only used a Glamora and 2 Glimmet, and I'm just thinking to myself, do they realize the whole point was to test them for Area Zero? Like, that was literally the point of it. Like, the whole point of the interaction was to test them if they could survive in Area Zero. But people got mad at it, saying, God, I can't believe they beat the champion, etc. It's like, you realize the whole point was she wasn't going at her full strength. She was doing it based off what she had experienced in Area Zero. Like, because the whole thing that she used was actually really smart. But, like, in the anime, she's actually more of a threat. Which is good. It shows that she can be a threat. But I'll never understand why people got so mad about that. I'm just like, how'd you miss the point? Oh my gosh. Like, that's how it feels sometimes when I'm watching a show and I'm like, I wonder how people react. Oh my god. Because that's how it feels in a lot of cases. Is oh my god. Because I don't even know. It's just confusing. It's just a lot of weird crap. I mean, I've gotten used to it for the most part, but yeah. Either way, there's not enough time left that we can really start something big. So what I'm gonna do, exclamation mark Dislab if you're not already part of it, and exclamation mark YouTube if you want to watch the VOD channel. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. CST. And VODs come out on the YouTube on the days I do not stream. Other than that, I'll see you next week, but I'm also going to send you guys off to someone. Let's see who there is to raid. This person is playing, and I will send you there. Seems they started out their playthrough more recently, so I will start that raid. As always, main things are just remember, always share the love, etc., etc. Um, for those of you who aren't already part of it, join the Discord, etc. And make sure to share the love. Very important. Um, Either way, I'll send you guys over. Um, and I will see you guys next week. Bye, chat. And